top.
After a grueling 4-month-long season, 64 teams have earned the right, as tonight we're on the road to Tampa. We welcome you live inside Holloway Gymnasium in West Lafayette, Indiana, as it's the Fairfield Stags taking on the number 3 seed Purdue Boilermakers in the first round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament on ESPN+. I'm Craig Combs, he's Alex Brophy, and Alex, the Boilermakers streaking at the right time.
Yeah, they've had a really good stretch to end their season. They finished third in the Big Ten standings, but they've got some massive ranked wins, 2 over Penn State, but that win against Wisconsin is really what gave them that 3rd seed, and that's why they're hosting here this weekend. And
a lot of that can be contributed to sophomore sensation Eva Hudson.
She was the reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Year until about 5 hours ago. Now she's just the unanimous first-team All-Big Ten player. She's also the fastest Boilermaker in the rally scoring era to reach 1,000 kills.
On the other side of the net, the Fairfield Stags coming on a hot streak of their own, winners of their last 7.
They've won 22 of the last 28 regular season titles in the MAC. They just won their 13th tourney title in Coach Samara's first year. I'd say they're coming in pretty hot.
You could say they're on a little bit of a Hout streak, if you will, as their junior outside hitter from Monroe, Michigan, Michaela Hout.
Michaela Hout, first team All-MAC, 10th in the conference in points per set with 3.34. She leads her team in kills at 259. And get this, 48 blocks, but 11 of them are solo blocks.
Electric environment here inside Holloway Gymnasium. We thank you again for joining us here tonight on ESPN Plus as we are underway in the first round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. In just 2 short weeks, Alex will be in Tampa for the Final 4.
This really is the first step on the way to the end of the road. Purdue, obviously the favorite as the number 3 seed hosting in this Wisconsin portion of the bracket, but Fairfield, they're looking to make some noise.
Allie Elliott gets us underway. Jacoin taps that one over. Fairfield able to play it. Miscommunication. Kill number 1, Sanja Rudenbush.
I think we identified where the Fairfield fans are here in Holloway Gym.
Rudenbush does a job there on that one. Confusing the Boilers back row. Up 1-0. Jacoin. Off the block of the Stags, Chloe Jacoin with her first kill of the day.
She's very selective in her shots, and she started the season off just kind of racking up the attacks, but she's been much more efficient coming down the stretch, finding her role with this Purdue team.
The hometown kid back behind the service line now is Jacoin. Product of McCutcheon High School sends this one away. And Chloe Jacoin, her first ace of the matchup.
Chloe Jacoin this season, 34 service aces, that leads the team.
Jacoin has been so good for the Boilermakers this season, both offensively and defensively, as the Boilermakers have a 2-1 advantage early on. Stags able to play it. Dug out by Skimmerhorn. Back over to the Stags. Huge swing and a kill. Svenja Rudenbush. 2 for 2 for the Stags.
Svenja Rudenbush, 126th kill of the season. She's only started 9 games so far this year. This is just her 10th start of the season.
Stags send it away. Set up at the net, Lourdes Myers with her first kill of the night.
Lourdes Myers has really emerged this year. She didn't play much in her first few years at Purdue, but she's come alive this season, and she's starting to get hot at the right time. She's a name we're going to call a lot this game.
Myers continues to earn her minutes as Skimmerhorn sends it away for the Boilermakers. Maddie Skimmerhorn, her first ace of the game.
Maddie Skimmerhorn, second team Big Ten as of today. That's just her 14th ace of the season. Not a lot of service time back there, but she pays off there.
Skimmerhorn normally setting the table for her teammates, but getting a bit of her own here, setting it away for the second time. Stags play it into the Boilermaker block with Anderson. Huge swing, and that one sails long. Point Boilermakers.
That Boilermaker block really paid dividends at the early parts of that point. We saw earlier Marquette really dominated Eastern Illinois in the block disparity. I'm sure it's going to be the same here with Purdue and Fairfield.
Skimmerhorn sails that one long out of play for a service error. Point Stags.
That ends a 3-0 scoring run for Purdue, but the team 2 for 3 to start. No errors thus far. Still early, though.
Noelle Carey sends it away. Anderson sets for Hudson. Eva Hudson, her first kill of the evening.
4th in the Big Ten in kills per set, averaging 4.39. That's good for 16th in the nation, Craig.
Eva Hudson continues to be a pillar for this Purdue Boilermaker team. 3-point advantage for the Boilermakers as Taylor Anderson sends it away. If some is good, more is better. Eva Hudson with her 2nd kill in a row.
It doesn't take much for her to get rolling.
Eva Hudson, the heartbeat of this team, both on the floor and off it, leading by example. 7-3 Boilermakers. Off the tape, off Eva Hudson. Point Stags.
Rudenbush owning all 3 kills for the Stags to start here. She got a nice roll off the tape there. That one was a favorable, lucky play for Fairfield.
Friendly roll advantage, Fairfield. Off the tape, Oilers play it. Eva Hudson with the side out, advantage Boilermakers.
She has got such swagger. She comes down off that swing like it's nothing. Look how clean that is. Back to the huddle.
The All Big Ten selection sends it away. Stags play it. That one is into the net. Called against Fairfield. Advantage Purdue.
We've seen some really clean volleyball today. Just one net violation, or maybe 2 net violations in the Marquette Eastern Illinois game, and just one here to start us off.
Stags able to play it. Set up a huge swing and a kill. Maya Walker.
You don't blame Taylor Anderson for that play right there. She's trying to make a nice defensive effort. It just goes off the front of her fingers there.
Maya Walker, the 2022 MAC All-Rookie team. Off the Boilermaker block of Raven Colvin. Jacoin tools it off the block of the Stags. Stags able to get it over. Hudson out of the back row. Eva Hudson with her 4th kill of the set.
That back row attack has been super dangerous for Purdue, opening up their offense now that they have 2 first-team All-Big Ten players in Jacoin and Hudson.
Eva Hudson, a 6th rotation player, 500-plus kills in her last 2 seasons. Only a sophomore. Raven Colvin back to serve for Purdue. Joust at the net. Stags able to keep it up. Anderson to Jacoin. Chloe Jacoin, her 2nd kill.
That's a great play by Purdue. They get a free ball there, and it looks like the reception there was a little bit tough, but they keep it in system. Anderson gets it over Jacoin, and they get the kill.
Unanimous all-freshman team, Jacoin, as Colvin sends it away again. Colvin able to keep it alive as the Stags get it over. Down the line. Huge swing and a kill for the Stags. Michaela Hott.
That's the first kill of the day for Hout. Now she's hitting 0. She's got 1 error on her 4 swings. 3 Stags now with a kill.
Blakely Montgomery back to serve it away for Fairfield. Huge swing out of play. Point Fairfield, back-to-back points now for the Stags.
That center to middle connection has gotten better this season for Purdue. That time Lourdes Myers just puts it a little out of reach.
Montgomery sends it away. Some confusion with the Boilermakers. Down the line. And a great play by Kenna Woolard able to tap that one in for a Boilermaker kill.
Kenna Woolard, one of the top recruits in the state of Illinois coming out of high school. She's been great for the Purdue this season. She's played 51 sets. That's her 48th kill of the season. And it's been great because she's kind of taken the spot of Grace Heaney as she's been absent with an injury, although she is cleared to play today.
Huge swing and a kill. 3 in a row now for Fairfield.
Another one for Michaela Hout. They got to get her active. She's got to be a key part of this offense if Fairfield is going to succeed here today.
6-foot junior outside hitter from Monroe, Michigan. Hout keeping her team in this one. Point Purdue, Lourdes Myers tools off the block. Ends that little run there for Fairfield.
151 kills for Lourdes Myers this year. That's good for 4th on the team. She's also leading the Boilermakers in hitting percentage at .340.
Jacoin gonna toss this one sky high and set it away for the Boilermakers. Off the top of the net. Skimmerhorn able to dig that one out. Anderson to Hudson. Hudson taps it over. Staggs able to keep it alive. Nice volley between these two teams. Tool in the block, point Fairfield. Taylor Anderson not able to play that one.
Rodenbush, a transfer from Hillsborough Community College. She was an NCAA All-American last season. Now that's her 126th kill.
Rodenbush able to duck out of the way of that one. What a play, Chloe Chacoin. A ill-timed play, and Chacoin makes the most of it, able to find some real estate. Point Boilermakers.
She can play all over the floor. Right now she's serving in the back row. That one comes from behind the 10-foot line, and she just puts it where no one can find it.
That's just a game of tips, Alex. Skimmerhorn sends it away. Huge swing and a kill at the net. Maya Walker, her 2nd of the night.
Maya Walker, a sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia. She's 2nd team all-conference in the MAC, but she led the entire conference in hitting percentage at .358.
Walker, a boost in the middle for Nancy Somera, both defensively and offensively. Nice dig there off the swing from Hudson. Smart play there for Ludenbush. Again, tooling it off the block of Anderson. Point Fairfield, and the Boilermaker lead dwindled down to 3.
Now credit Rodenbush with the kill, but Kyla Berg is the reason that play stayed alive. She's actually an Indiana native. She calls Fishers home.
Hudson off the block of the Stags. Back-to-back plays. What a nice job. Rodenbush again. Another kill, her 6th.
Not something you expect to see. The Boilermaker block with a fault in it. That one squeaked through for a kill, and now Fairfield's back within 2.
Momentum slowly shifting to the other side of the court. Fairfield on a little bit of a run here.
3-0 run to be exact.
Anderson to Eva Hudson. Hudson stops the run of the Stags. And with that, we're going to head to our first media timeout. Boilermakers lead by 3 here on ESPN+. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium, and Dave Shondell in his 21st season at the helm of the Purdue Boilermakers, building a program here in West Lafayette, Alex.
A building's an understatement. They've had a Sweet 16 appearance in 4 of the last 5 years. They made the Elite 8 in 2021, the last time they finished 3rd in the Big Ten standings. And, you know, he's done such a great job with this program this year. They played so many freshmen to start the year. Finished atop the Big Ten order behind Wisconsin, Nebraska. It's a feat in of itself.
Dave Shondell's hung a lot of banners here in Holloway Gymnasium. Would like to hang another one as we're back underway here in set number 1. Taylor Anderson just has to get it over. Tooled off the block. Jacoin able to keep that one alive. Anderson to Hudson. Staggs able to keep it alive, and we got a volley going here. Skimmerhorn keeps it alive. Exclamation point. Maya Walker, point Stags.
Chloe Chicoine got a hand on that one, but when you're a do-it-all player, you can't make every play. It goes off a bad angle, and what a play for the Stags coming out of the timeout.
Tournament MVP for Meyer a week and a half ago as they cut into this Boilermaker lead. Chicoine off the block. That's out of play, point Purdue.
Kenna Woolard was smart to tell her teammates not to go after that ball. Clearly out of bounds, but she takes ownership of that and lets it go wide.
Sophomore sensation Eva Hudson back to serve it away. Joust at the net. Chicoine. Nice job there by the Stags to keep it up and alive. Off the tape. Anderson down the line to Chicoine. Stags able to keep it alive. Nice volley going. Off the hands of Woolard. Point Fairfield. As the Stags are fired up here.
What a rally for Fairfield. They are not intimidated by these road matches. They've won 10 or more on the road in 2 of the last 3 seasons.
Chicoine. Wow, able to keep it alive. Joust at the net. Hudson out of the back row. Berg doing a great job. The Boilermakers able to finish though. Point Purdue. Raven Colvin now behind the service line for the Boilermakers. Colvin sends it away. Down the line and a kill. Michaela Hott doing it for the Stags here.
That was a tough serve. Raven Colvin had to do a little stutter step at the beginning of that play. You know, Dave Shondel's talked about it. Serving has not been, they haven't put enough pace or toughness into their serve, so he puts an emphasis on it in practice.
Montgomery sends it long. Another service error for the Stags. Point Boilermakers. Allie Hornung into the game for the Boilermakers.
She's going to come in for Kenna Woolard. It's nice to have a defensive specialist in that back row.
The junior sends it away. Smart play there by Skimmerhorn, able to keep it up for the Boilermakers. Chicoine taps it over. Chloe Chicoine, her 6th kill of the day.
Maddie Skimmerhorn is the reason that play was kept alive. She leads the Big Ten in digs per set, averaging 4.5 per game, and she finished second team all Big Ten, but you know, you could have made an argument she was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
After that kill, Nancy Somero wants to take a timeout and talk about it. Boilermakers up 4 right now, Alex, and what needs to happen here in this Fairfield timeout? They come back out here because the Boilermakers have the momentum clearly right.
Well, they're doing things right on the defensive end. They're out-digging the Boilers by 2, and Dave Shondel, in the film study, he credited Fairfield is more athletic than he anticipated. They've got some great players, and we're seeing it with Svenja Rudenbusch specifically. 7 for 13 with no errors. She's hitting .538 to open it up here in the first set. Loving what I'm seeing from Fairfield so far.
And that's some great numbers there, but again, there's still a disparity. They're down 4. How do they, kind of take that step further and take Purdue over?
They keep chipping away. That's all you can do. This is a top 25, top 15 team, actually, as Purdue was number 12 in the final rankings before the tournament. But this is a team that you are going to be the underdog to anyway. You're in a hostile gym. You are by no means the loved team inside this building. So chip away those little plays. That's all you can do. But Fairfield's been successful. They've won their last 7 and 15 of the last 16 games they've played, so they are no stranger to success.
Nancy Somera, the first MAC head coach since 2004 to win a MAC championship in her first season. She's coming here and turn this program around almost immediately, Alex. One
of the best stories in volleyball is her family. Her husband, Ben, went to the regional finals of the D3 tournament at Wesleyan, where he's the head coach. And her daughter, Maylee, is actually currently playing at Yale, where she's the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. They're playing Penn State in this bracket.
Some lofty expectations in that house. As we get back to it here, 19-15 Purdue. As that one sails long and out of play, point Boilers, they hold a 5-point advantage.
That back row attack was just not strong enough. It didn't have the oomph to it, so it sails long and high out of bounds. 5-point lead for Purdue.
Allie Hornung back to serve it away from the Boilermakers, the junior from New Albany, Indiana. Not enough on that one for Rudenbush. Point Boilers as they take a 6-point advantage.
That one an attack error from Fairfield. You don't want to let things slip away a little bit. And you can see right here as Fairfield's going to take their second and final timeout of the set.
4-0 run for the Purdue Boilermakers as we welcome you back inside our ESPN Plus broadcast. First round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. Purdue Boilermakers hold a 6-point advantage right now over the Fairfield Stags. Chloe Chicoine, her 7th kill of the set.
A 5-0 run, and the freshman getting involved here. She's leading the team in kills with 7. We've seen Eva Hudson really take over the mantle down the stretch, but if Chicoine can be the one that explodes in the tournament, boy, you've got trouble.
Dave Shondell has a deep, deep bench as that one is going to hit the floor, and an ace for Allie Hornung. 23-15 now, Boilermakers.
Some defensive specialists getting in on the ace action. Now Maddie Skimmerhorn and Allie Hornung, both with their 14th aces of the season.
Hornung gets a second one in a row. Boilermakers 1 point away now as we see set 1 point. See the replay there. Kyla Berg not able to play it. And for those of you just joining us here on ESPN Plus, the Purdue Boilermaker fans, stand up and jingle their keys on set point. The Boilermaker block able to control that one. Off the hands of Chicoine. Schlageter getting some time on that one.
First time we called Schlageter's name here tonight. Graduated from South Carolina back in 2022, transferred into this program. Now she's second on the team in blocks.
Allie Elliott sends this one away. Miscommunication between Myers and Anderson. Back-to-back points for the Stags. 2
set points fended off by Fairfield, but that one's more of Myers' mistake than Fairfield's success on that play. She mistimed that jump.
Boilermaker faithful getting loud here in this neutral site matchup. Chicoine with the Terminator, and that one ends set number 1, 25-17. Pretty much all Boilermakers in that set there, Alex.
Yeah, especially Chloe Chicoine. 8 kills on 14 swings to start us off. But how about 4 service aces in the first set? Are you kidding me? What a way to start an NCAA tournament.
Big Ten versus the MAC here in round number 1. Boilermakers take a 1-0 advantage. We'll be back in just a minute here on ESPN Plus. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium here in West Lafayette, Indiana. And Alex, the Boilermakers lead 1-0. And taking a look at the offensive statistics from set number 1, it's not hard to see why.
No, and the Fairfield defense is actually one of the best in the nation. They're 7th in the NCAA in opponent hitting percentage. They allow only 148 on the season. But right now, Purdue's hitting 438 after just one set. That is rough.
Boilermakers NCAA tournament record, 35-24, a .593 percentage. All time. Boilers looking to head back to the promised land they're able to get out of this weekend heading to the Sweet 16.
One thing to note about that NCAA record, all-time Dave Shondell is 30-16 in his tenure with the Boilermakers. This program has had a history of success. They've advanced to the second round of the tournament in all but 2 years of their program's history. That was back in '84 and 1990.
And I know that, playing a competitive sport like volleyball, that winning is all that matters, but Dave Shondell, one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. He's nice to everyone he meets, including his own players. As we get underway here in set number 2, Boilers lead 1-0. The Boilers started off with another service ace for Chloe Chicoine.
That's her second of the day. And the Boilermakers, if they're going to continue to have success behind the service line, that's just those practices and game plans paying off, being aggressive.
Miscommunication there with Kyla Berg in the back row as Chicoine sends that one away. Not enough on that one. A service ace for the Boilermakers.
I wouldn't fret. That's just their second service error of the night, and they've already got 5 aces to show for it.
Have to keep an eye on that one as ball's back in the court of the Fairfield Stags. Schlageter sends that one away, played by Hudson. Back to Hudson. Hudson just taps it over. Set up at the net, huge swing into the net, called on the Boilermakers. Point Fairfield.
Their first lead of the entire match, a 2-1 lead here in the second set.
Baby steps Alex, baby steps Fairfield. Looking to go back-to-back here on the Boilermakers. Boilers just have to get it over. Eva Hudson, huge swing, her 6th of the night.
Well, Fairfield's going to have to fight if they want to take this one. They've only won 1 set in the entire program history in the NCAA. That was in a 4-set loss to Pepperdine back on December 1st of 2000.
See Eva Hudson there, so good for the Purdue Boilermakers this season in the Big Ten. As you see there, Hudson blocking at the net. Set up for Colvin. Raven Colvin, her first kill of the matchup.
Good to see Raven Colvin on a sliding attack. She has not been great at that all season long, but if it's going to pay dividends here, I think it'll make her father happy there, right? Roosevelt Colvin sitting here in the bleachers of Holloway.
Former Purdue Boilermaker legend, former Chicago Bear, Roosevelt Colvin, proud papa. Watching both of his kids succeed here at Purdue University. Eva Hudson with another kill.
Do you have a Bear bias? Because he also won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots that you forgot to mention.
Well, I am a lifelong caring member of the Chicago Bears, as we see Eva Hudson there. I don't know why, but unfortunately I am. Skimmerhorn sends that one away. Colvin does it at the net with a block.
First block of the day for either team. We went a whole set without saying the words block and Purdue in the same sentence.
Raven Colvin heating up for the Boilermakers as Skimmerhorn sends it away. 4-0 scoring run for the Boilermakers. Chicoine keeps it alive. Set up for Hudson again. Nice dig by the Stags. Another nice dig. Kyla Berg. Point Fairfield. Kyla Berg.
How about Kyla Berg showing out for her family? We talked earlier, she grew up in Fishers, Indiana. This is the first time in her collegiate career she's played in her home state, and she's got 20-plus family members here in the crowd tonight.
Berg helping the Stags stay in this one. 5-3 early on set number 2. Noelle Carey sends it away. Carey into the net, not enough. Service error, Fairfield.
Can't allow those mental errors to accumulate when you're playing a team like Purdue. Every point is going to matter. You have to play your best version of volleyball.
Taylor Anderson in to serve it away. Anderson, the freshman from San Antonio, Texas. Down the line. Into the Boilermaker block. Raven Colvin with another block.
It's so impressive the way that the Purdue block has improved this season. Averaging 2.39 blocks per set in the non-conference, but they wrapped it up and improved, averaging 2.5 in Big Ten play.
Nice dig there by Maddie Skimmerhorn, the second team all Big Ten. Eva Hudson with another one, her 8th. And with that, Nancy Somera wants to take a timeout. Boilermakers with a 5-point advantage. We'll be back here in a minute and a half on ESPN+. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium here in West Lafayette, Indiana, in set number 2. But as you see on the screen there, if you're looking for other volleyball action, take a look at the 5th set on our ESPN family of networks, where you can catch all of the live games happening right now, including this one here that you're viewing on ESPN+.
If you like Red Zone, you're going to love the 5th set because it's a volleyball fan's dream for this NCAA tournament run.
Nice job out of the timeout there for the Stags. Great play by Svenja Rudenbusch.
She's really leading the way here for the Stags. She's now 8 of 19 with only 3 errors. She's hitting .263, and she's got the most swings of any Stag, 19.
Stags looking to go back-to-back here. Huge swing at the net, and a kill for the Boilermakers.
Kenna Woolard coming out of the middle there. Not something we're used to seeing from her, but she's really kind of come on late down the stretch. Since Grease Heaney's ankle injury that she's been working back from, she's been on point.
Boilermakers so deep. Joust at the net. Into the net. Point Boilermakers. You're going to say that Blakely Montgomery went into the net. 6-point advantage now for the Boilermakers. All smiles. You see Kenna Woolard there. Take another peek.
Yeah, you see right there that Fairfield player went over the net to bring that ball back to her side. Couldn't identify which one it was.
Huge swing and tooled off the Boilermaker block. Maya Walker with her 5th.
Maya Walker's really worked her way back into the season. She suffered a hand injury back in September, missed 2 weeks of action away from her team, but she's back and better than ever.
Berg sends it short. Boilers able to keep it up. Nice dig there from Berg to keep it alive. Off the tape. Boilers not able to keep it up. Michaela Hott again, another kill, her 4th.
Great job by Manny Skimmerhorn, but just puts it in an awkward position. 4 hits is called, point Fairfield.
Jacoin doing her best to keep it up for the Boilermakers there, and Berg sends it away. Back-to-back points and an ace for Kyla Berg.
The first ace of the day. And how about Kyla Berg so far? 6 digs, 3 assists, and now a service ace. Not bad for your first trip home, kid.
3-point advantage now for the Boilermakers. Incredible dig out of the back row. Set up for Raven Colvin again. And Colvin able to finish this time.
That ends a 3-0 scoring run by Fairfield, and Raven Colvin not been too active tonight. That's just her 2nd kill on 4 swings, but she is a presence at the net. You feel it when she's in the game.
That has to be terrifying for any other coach around the country taking a peek at the Boilermakers. Boilers still doing what they're doing, and Colvin having a off night, if you will. Down the line, into the Boilermaker block. Stags not able to handle that one. Point Boilers.
I think Blakely Montgomery got a little too trigger happy there, going off her back foot to try and nab that one when she clearly had coverage behind her. Don't think she should have taken that one.
Raven Colvin back to serve, the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Huge swing off the Boilermaker block. Boilers able to play it. Jacoin cross court. Berg not able to keep it alive. And a kill for Chloe Jacoin.
She's now reached double figures. Chloe Jacoin, 10 of 17 with 1 error, not to mention 2 aces and 3 digs.
Able to split the block of Schlageter and Montgomery. Happy addition for the Boilermakers this season. Boiler block again. 2 hits. Point Purdue as they extend their lead now to 7.
Yeah, they've doubled up the Stags here in this 2nd set.
Colvin not able to get all of that one into the net. A service error for the Boilermakers, point Stags. Montgomery sends it away. Kenna Woolard down the line, point Boilermakers.
3 kills and 2 blocks for Kenna Woolard to start. She's been really impactful this year. 34 blocks, averaging 6-7 per set. It's also her 50th kill of the year.
7-point advantage for the Boilermakers. Nice job, taps it over. Mamie Krubali taps that one over for her first kill.
Krubali, an all-MAC freshman team member. She was 5th in the conference in hitting percentage, but she's a player that they've definitely got to get active if they're going to have any kind of success at the net against Purdue.
Allie Elliott sends it away. Oilers keep it alive. They're going to say that Chloe Chicoine was, into the net from the Stags, point Boilermakers.
Take another look at that here. Looking for any kind of movement on the net.
You see it right there as she goes up. Just clips the bottom of the net. Chicoine, this beautiful toss serve here as she unloads on that one. Stags able to play it and get it over.
Out of system play, no good.
Joust at the net, won by the Boilermakers. Boilers keep it alive. Beautiful dig there by Hornung. Hudson gets it over. Eva Hudson, her 9th.
What great defense we just saw in that rally. Both teams now 18 or more digs in this match, but how about Berg, who couldn't keep it alive, and Hornung?
All Boilermakers early on here in set number 2, 17-9, Alex, and it just seems like the Boilermakers have the train on the tracks and they're heading downhill.
You could really see it in the way that Fairfield's defense is flying in that rally. You saw 4 Stags combine to the middle of the court on that play. Everyone knew that you had to keep that ball up, and when you do that, you scramble your team's offense and you get out of system. That is no good if you're going to beat a team like Purdue.
Well, and you see the hitting percentage comparison here. Fairfield really struggling. We're on the other side. The Boilermakers are hitting everything.
Yeah, it's a real testament to Purdue. They usually hold teams to 209 as a hitting percentage. Right now, they're holding Fairfield to 22. It's some of those things that as the match develops, that's a stat that's going to get better for them. But, you know, Fairfield, they're a team that's usually hitting 217 throughout an entire match. So they're kind of on point with their offense so far. They got to keep digging these balls and make sure that they're succeeding against this Purdue defense.
17-9 as the teams break their timeouts here. Again, we thank you for joining us tonight on ESPN Plus. Round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship here on the ESPN Network of Family of Networks, ESPN Plus this evening. Again, Alex, the evolution of this sport of college volleyball, the national championship game is going to be on ABC this year in prime time. Chicoine gets us back underway. Krubali able to get that one over. Lourdes Myers with the kill at the net.
One thing I've loved seeing from Purdue throughout this match, they're getting the Stags out of system. And Dave Shundell talked to me yesterday about it. They haven't been getting teams out of system very often as a team throughout this season. So seeing that here today means that game plan is paying off.
Boilers up 9. Set up for Krubali. Krubali able to put that one down the line. Point Fairfield.
That's a gimme for Krubali. A line shot down the edge. You clip a hand. It is all Fairfield on that play. You're going to see right again. She gets that right hand off of Eva Hudson.
Nice play with the freshman from Lucas, Texas, and they follow that up with a service error. Point Purdue as they're up 9.
One thing we haven't seen too much from Fairfield is that sliding attack. One thing Nancy wanted to do was to serve aggressive, get Purdue out of system, but also keep the block spread with a sliding attack, and we just haven't seen that in the play yet. That ball out of bounds.
Kubali wasn't able to find that one outside of the candy cane.
A great attempt to try to get that same line shot there. She just put it a little bit wide to the right.
Eva Hudson, a great athlete, though, making the adjustment from the play before that. Be a little bit closer to that line. Skimmerhorn sends it away. Skimmerhorn with a service error of her own, point Fairfield.
Noel Carey, a transfer from Arkansas Little Rock within her own conference, the MAAC.
Hudson sends that one long, point Fairfield.
And this is what you have to do if you're Fairfield. Just string points together. Now, you'd like to get more points in a chunk here as you're down by a lot. But, you know, when you get to the start of those sets, you want to keep it close like that.
It's like a redwood that you're not going to knock it down with one swing. At a chip away at it. Nice dig there. Great digging from Fairfield. Raven Colvin follows that one up with a block of her own.
4 blocks now for Purdue. And Raven Colvin's been involved in 3 of them. We're going to see that again, as you're going to see right here. She just absorbs that with her whole body. She's got a huge wingspan.
Raven Colvin blocked that one with her forehead, normally bouncing balls off opposing teams' foreheads, but Colvin using her head there and able to get the block.
Woolard back in this lineup for Purdue.
Set up at the net, sent long, point Boilermakers, 22-12 advantage now.
One thing we also should mention on that last play, Lauren Poulter subbed in for Taylor Anderson. Lauren Poulter, a transfer from Denver, was brought in to be the starting center as Meg Renner went down the offseason. But, you know, the little back and forth, the freshman, a move with the starting spot. And I think that Dave Shondell's getting her some reps here in her first NCAA tournament appearance.
Well, and no one could have predicted how well Taylor Anderson was going to play coming in as a freshman. Anderson has well exceeded expectations for this season. Woolard with a block at the net. Skimmerhorn sets it up for Hudson. Eva Hudson, so good. Her 10th of the matchup.
Not many Stags went to go catch that ball as they knew there's no chance. Once it squeaks through the block there at the net, that was all Hudson. Going to see right here, squeaks between, I believe that's Walker, who she squeaked it through the hands of.
Just over the fingertips of Maya Walker. Boilers 2 away here, up in set number 2. Skimmerhorn sets it up. Grace Heaney getting her first kill of the matchup as the faithful here at Holloway rise to their feet and jingle their keys.
It's great to see Grace Heaney back on the floor. We knew she was available for tonight, but the way that Kenna Woolard's been playing, it's good to see that she's getting some action. She gets a kill there.
Stags trying to stay in this one. Nice job tooling off the block. Boilers able to play it. Colvin hits that one long, back-to-back points for the Stags.
Great play by Purdue. They had a cover man there as it clearly went off of the right hand of Grace Heaney, but they kept that play alive a little bit longer than they may have, than Fairfield may have liked.
24-13 set point number 2. Skimmerhorn plays it. Set up for Raven Colvin, and she terminates as the Boilermakers are going to win set number 2, 25-13.
Raven Colvin gets her 3rd kill of the entire match there. Fairfield fought off a couple set points in the first 2 sets. If they can just keep it a little bit closer to start, they might win this match. But Purdue, they're looking great right now, hitting .441.
It has been all Purdue Boilermakers here tonight in West Lafayette as they take a 2-0 advantage. You're watching the NCAA Volleyball Championships on ESPN+. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium in West Lafayette, Indiana, and the Purdue Boilermakers being led with some double trouble in these video game numbers from Chloe Chicoine and Eva Hudson.
Yeah, when Dave Shondell talked about his 2 6-rotation players, he said they just got lucky. They were trying to recruit the best athletes they can, but 2 who are everything players, it's just not something you normally expect in recruiting.
I wish I could get as lucky as Dave Shondell, and as we get a live look back in here as look at the numbers through 2. And Alex, again, one thing that stands out to both of us is the hitting percentage. Boilermakers hitting a ridiculous 441, and Fairfield's still struggling.
The problem for Fairfield is that they just don't have a block to match Purdue right now. Their attack is very good. They're 20 of 61, hitting 164. Against any other opponent, that would be a pretty good statistic through 2 sets, but unfortunately with those -4 aces and -4 blocks, they're just not keeping up the pace of Purdue.
Boilers looking to end it in 3, and the Stags looking to stay alive here in the first round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. We're going to say 2 hits from the Boilermakers in Fairfield. A nice start for the Stags.
Also notable, Lizzie Carr in for middle blocking. Taylor Anderson back at that setter position for Purdue.
Lizzie Carr, a 6'6" middle block from Westchester, Pennsylvania, getting her first minutes. Eva Hudson continuing to do Eva Hudson things, her 11th.
I think we might see a back and forth Chacoin and Hudson kill leaders kind of game here today, Craig.
How nice is that for head coach Dave Shondell to have 2 players on their team that just continue looking at each other saying, anything you can do, I can do as well.
Not just nice for Dave Shondell, nice for us, volleyball fans all across the country, witnessing the birth of potentially the future best tandem in college volleyball.
That one sails long, a service error for Chloe Chacoin. 2-1 advantage for the Stags.
Stags have had a lead earlier tonight. It's their second of the day.
Anderson to Carr off the block, and Anderson sticks with that one and puts it down. Her first kill of the evening.
One thing that Dave Shondell talked about in this game was not being too predictable, and one thing he emphasized was setter offense, getting Taylor Anderson involved. If she has a good look, she can go ahead and make it.
Anderson with 21 assists to go with her first kill. What a swing at the net. Krabali able to sneak that one in for a kill.
Have not said Krubali's name enough, just the 3rd kill like you mentioned. 2 errors hitting 0.83.
3-2 advantage for Fairfield. Hudson able to get that pancake dig. Krubali plays it back to Krubali. Taps it over to Anderson. Skimmerhorn sets it up for Hudson. Nice dig in the back row by Haught. Point Boilers.
Eva Hudson made a smart play to duck out of the way of that one. She jumped up like she was gonna smack that back, but she let it go and nearly avoided a headshot.
Kind of looked like the stereo dunk a week ago the Purdue Boilermakers had, where they had 4 guys in a row all jump up. In any event, tied at 3 now. Taylor Anderson back to serve. Another ace for Taylor Anderson as Berg not able to play it.
First ace of the night for Anderson, but 6 team aces for Purdue now. They're +5 in that category.
Anderson sends it away. Boilers up 1 now. Huge swing off the tape. Hudson able to play it. Krubali keeps it alive. Free ball. Anderson to Colvin off the block. Krubali again makes an acrobatic play, keeps it alive. Down the line. In between the block, Kenna Woolard, her
4th kill, but she's still doing great. No errors so far. She's 4 for 7, hitting above 500.
Boilers still hitting 433 as Anderson sends that one away. Miscommunication by the Stags. They just have to get it over on a free ball. Chacoin to Anderson. Swing and a miss by Raven Colvin. And if you see another look at that one, Raven was about to destroy that ball, Alex. Frustrated look on her face. She knows it. 5-4 now. Boilers up 1. Abby Jandro sends that one away. Stags able to keep it up. Anderson sets up Hudson again. Eva Hudson, so good, her 13th.
And that play is a perfect example of what an offense that's top 15 in the nation can look like. Take a free ball, keep it in system, get it to your best hitter, and you convert for the kill.
13 kills for Hudson, hitting a silly 522. Colvin able to keep that one alive. Skimmerhorn to Chicoine. Chicoine taps it over. Stags play it. That one sent long by Schlageter, and the Boilers have a 3-point advantage now.
Schlageter had pretty good aim on there. If she could squeak that one just 3 feet inside, that's a kill in the back corner.
She is human. Eva Hudson sails that one long, a service error for the Boilermakers.
Now Purdue even, 6 service errors to 6 aces. We saw the same from Marquette earlier today. They had 9 aces and 9 errors. It's pretty good if you can finish with a 50-50 ratio with errors to aces.
Set up for Woolard. Into the net. Called against the Stags. Point Purdue.
Another net violation for Fairfield. We saw some pretty clean volleyball so far today, but here in this third set, a must-win for Fairfield. They make a mistake. That's a mental error.
Lizzie Carr rotates back in for the Boilermakers, getting some more playing time here in this opening round matchup in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament. Stags able to keep that one alive. Free ball, they just have to get it over. And Lizzie Carr with the dunk. How good does that have to feel, Alex? Lizzie Carr not getting as much playing time this season and coming in here in this game in the NCAA tournament, and a big moment for her.
A redshirt freshman, she was working into playing time, but then Lourdes Myers exploded in this program, playing so great this year. She gets her first kill of the NCAA career for her.
Dave Shondell going into the artillery room and letting it fly tonight. Chicoine gets it over. Nice dig by Raven Colvin. Anderson back to Chicoine. Chloe Chicoine, point Boilers.
12 kills on 24 swings, hitting .417.
Nice look at this one here. Chloe Chicoine hitting it around everyone. Emily Brown back to serve for the Boilermakers, her first time of the matchup. And Emily Brown with an ace.
Now a 4-0 scoring run for Purdue, but you love to see that. A senior, grew up in Lafayette, Indiana, the second Maverick from McCutcheon here on this Purdue Boilermaker team, transferred from Mizzou 2 years ago, and now she's been great in serve and pass for this Boilermaker defense.
Shout out McCutcheon as the Boilermakers keep that volley alive. Carr not able to control that one. Point Fairfield. Great volley back and forth between the two teams.
Yeah, that rally just ended with a squeak through. That's just a bad play. It ended up on your side of the court rather than their side, and then you put 3 touches on it before it goes over.
Kyla Berg sending it away with the Stags down 5. Chicoine tools the block, her 13th to tie her with her teammate with 13.
Back to the top of the leaderboard she goes. One of the top-rated recruits in the nation coming into her career at Purdue. You knew she was going to be great. Did you know she was going to be this great? I bet most Purdue fans would tell you no.
Boilers on fire here in set number 3. Skimmerhorn keeps it alive. Anderson down the line to Chicoine again. Chicoine tooling it off the block for the game-leading 14th kill. My broadcast partner is speechless.
I mean, what is there to say?
Exactly.
You say it all. She's
Period.
one of the best players in the Big Ten, and she's only a freshman.
Boilers rolling.
She's just got a cannon. It's just unbelievable the amount of power that comes from that arm for someone who stands at 5'9". I mean, look at her next to Lizzie Carr. Granted, Lizzie Carr is 6'6", but still.
Chicoine 15-2-5. Boilers up big. Nice swing and a kill. Something that was desperately needed there for Fairfield.
That one coming from Jenna Schlageter, the transfer from South Carolina, former Gamecock.
Nancy Somera digging into her bench, trying to figure out the Rubik's Cube of the Boilermakers. Lizzie Carr again, her second kill. Boilers up 8. There's going to be a timeout on the floor. The Purdue Boilermakers lead by 8. You're watching the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship on ESPN+. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium in the middle of set number 3. And Alex, it's been all Purdue tonight.
Absolutely. Team hitting 457 right now, 500 for the set. And they've just been absolutely dominant through this entire matchup. 15-7 is the lead as we come out of the break.
Chloe Chicoine back to serve for the Purdue Boilermakers. Off the Boiler block. Fairfield plays it again. Chicoine able to keep it alive. Set up for Hudson again. Eva Hudson, her 14th kill of the matchup.
A jumping pass from Chloe Chicoine on that play keeps the play alive, and Hudson commands the kill.
Chicoine does it all, setting the table for her teammate Eva Hudson. 16-7 now. Chicoine to Lizzie Carr. Carr with her third.
It's not hard to rise up when you're 6'6", but Lizzie Carr goes up to command that ball for her third kill.
Boilers extend the lead to 10. 17-7 now in set number 3. It has been all Purdue here tonight.
On a 3-0 scoring run right now. Taking a look at the bracket preview, if Purdue hangs on to win, which it looks like they will, they're going to play 6-seeded Marquette, and that's a rematch from an earlier matchup this year. Actually, it was the turning point of Purdue's young team. They went down to Lawrence, Kansas, beat number 23 Kansas in 5 sets, turned around the next day and beat number 19 ranked Marquette in 5 sets. And if you talk to head coach Ryan Tice, he is excited about this rematch for tomorrow.
Excited and motivated. The last time the Marquette Golden Eagles were in the NCAA tournament, they lost to Purdue in this building. So it's a matchup that Ryan Tice is really excited about, trying to get the monkey off his back and get a victory over the Boilermakers.
Marquette and Purdue didn't face off back in 2021. In that time, it was Dayton who beat Marquette in 4 sets. That was the round of 32 matchup. But Purdue did beat Marquette in 4 sets back in 2019. And you've heard that right. Marquette has been at 3 different West Lafayette regionals in the last 5 years, excuse me.
That's why you're the professor, Alex. Thank you for checking me there on my stats. Boilermakers lead by 10.
I know Purdue is kind of running away with the match at this point, but I just can't help but give credit to this Fairfield team. They're a team of 7 newcomers of their 14 total players. They don't have a ton of depth, so this roster is pretty slim, and the fact that they've pulled together a regular season title in the first year of their new head coach is miraculous. For those of you who don't know, Nancy Samara took over the program in March. She's been only the head coach for over 250 days.
Samara's done a really nice job rallying the troops, if you will. Chicoine able to keep that one up. Skimmerhorn just gets it over.
First tough serve from Fairfield we've seen in a while.
Nice job by Anderson to keep that one alive. Dug up by Berg. Nice job by Chicoine. Sent long by Schultz. Point Purdue, and the lead's still 10. But you're right, Alex. The Fairfield Stags had a great season, 22-6, 11-2 at home, 10-3 away. Really excited to see what Nancy Somera does in year number 2.
They've had 20 or more wins in 4 of their last 5 seasons. It's their 3rd NCAA appearance in the last 5 years.
Boilermaker block. Taylor Anderson, a big block to give the Boilermakers an 11-point advantage.
Taylor Anderson is just a huge threat on that block. She leads all Purdue freshman setters in program history with .89 blocks per set.
Boilers smelling it now, up 11. Hudson keeps it alive, right back to Hudson. Hudson tips it over. Eva Hudson ties Chloe Chicoine for the high and kills at 15.
30 total kills between the two of them, just 2 attack errors. They're combined hitting over 500. And Fairfield, they're going to use their last timeout potentially of the match here.
Boilermakers up huge, set 3. We'll be back in a minute and a half here on ESPN+. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium, the Boilermakers hold a 12-point advantage for the MAC champion Fairfield Stags here on opening night in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. That ball blocked out of play, point Fairfield.
Just the 5th kill of the day for Krubali, but I love the energy. Look what she does. She gets the kill, and she celebrates like it was match point. I love that the Fairfield Stags have not quit fighting.
Anderson to Colvin on the slide, and Colvin knows what to do with that one.
4 of 10 here tonight with 4 blocks, Raven Colvin. And now Lauren Poulter going to come back in and serve.
An absolute laser there from Colvin. Poulter sends it away. Played to Krubali, she taps it over. Poulter, pass to Colvin, and back-to-back kills for Raven Colvin.
There's always a stretch in a Purdue match when Raven Colvin strings together 3 to 5 points. I think we might see that here to close this match.
And that's called get out of the way. 22-9. That one off the fingertips of Raven Colvin, and you could see it on her face when she turned around. She was frustrated with that one.
Kyla Berg with a tough reception on that play. How about this senior from Indiana playing her heart out in front of her friends and family tonight? As we see her stats here, 9 digs, 4 assists, and an ace.
Ball kisses the tape, able to get over. Jacoin taps it. Set up for Walker. Skimmerhorn digs it up. Huge swing off the fingertips of the Stag block. Point Boilers.
I think we may see a challenge. That one looked like it was clearly out of bounds, and now Nancy Somera is flirting with that challenge card. She's going to wave it off as there's not much time left in this match, I should say.
Somera, a veteran of the sport. She knows the deal. Hudson sends it away for the Boilermakers up 13. Miscommunication from the Stags. The Boilers get a free play. Hudson just has to get it over. Eva Hudson, her 16th. And that brings the Boilermaker faithful here at Holloway Gymnasium to their feet as we've reached match point.
A 14-point lead. It's hard to remember a time this season when Purdue looked this dominant offensively.
Boilers looking to put this one away. Nice swing there and a kill. Allie Elliott. Elliott's second of the day.
Props to Fairfield. They've fended off a set point in every set so far today.
Not going to let the Boilermakers celebrate just yet. Second set point. Skimmerhorn to Jacoin. Stags not going away yet. The Fairfield block, and they're pumped up. 2 in a row for the Stags. Allie Elliott back to serve now. Boilers up 12, set point number 3. Raven Colvin, a late call, but Colvin ends this one with a kill at the net.
Raven Colvin, we talked about it. She was going to be involved coming down the stretch. She's going to finish with 6 kills, 3 digs, and 4 blocks. But how about Purdue? What a dominating offensive performance. They set a program record for hitting percentage in the NCAA tournament. The last time they were this good was 2016 when they beat Iowa State. They had a .454 hitting percentage in that match. They finished with .478 today.
All Boilermakers here tonight in West Lafayette. So we've able to take a peek there at the highlights. The Boilermakers .478 hitting percentage, the highest in program history in the NCAA tournament. Their previous highest, December 1st, 2016.
They closed that final set though, 20 of 33 with 2 errors, hitting .545. What a dominating performance as they win by 17 here in this final set.
And the proof is in the pudding here as we take a look at the updated NCAA tournament bracket, where the Boilermakers have moved on to the second round as they will take on the Marquette Golden Eagles in a hotly contested 3-6 matchup here tomorrow night in Holloway. We want to thank you for welcoming us onto your screen as we take a peek there at that bracket. Thanks for doing that. Purdue Marquette tomorrow night, 7 Eastern here on ESPN+. We want to thank you for welcoming us onto your screen this evening. We'd like to thank our incredible crew, our director, Ashley, as well as our ESPN Plus crew. I'm Craig Combs, he's Alex Brophy. Don't just have a good day, have a big day.